What is going on, everybody? Ross here with the DGen project, and I'm so excited to bring you guys this video. I know there's been a long hiatus that I've been on since my previous videos back in April when I first started this channel. First of all, I just want to apologize for it. You know how things can happen, right? In personal life, business life, etc., etc., etc. Regardless of that, I'm back and I'm really excited to kick things off with this channel and really bring back to you guys some amazing content and a lot of cool projects that you guys should be looking at in the crypto space. All right, guys. So in, the spirit of revitalizing my channel, if you will, the very first video that I put out on this YouTube channel was about $1 Million Baby, formerly known as $1 Million Baby, now has been rebranded to Make DeFi Better. And so I really thought it would be fitting for my, return and my resurrection of my YouTube channel to be another video on MDB, because since April, when I first put out a couple videos about this project, fast forward all the way to now, there has been massive changes and upgrades and a whole lot of new content revolving around MDB. So I thought it would be best to jump into this first and kick things off. So with that being said, let's pull up their website and start diving through it. So on my screen here, I've got pulled up the Make DeFi Better website. Again, links to everything that I'm going to be going through in this video are going to be down in the description below. So if you want, you can just head on down there, open up those links, pull that up. Now there's a ton of new content and a lot of new stuff that Make DeFi Better has been pushing out over the last couple months. And so because of that, I'm not going to be able to cover everything in as greater detail as I'd like to. If you guys have seen some of my previous videos, I like to geek out and get into like the nitty gritty, right? So because of that, definitely if you enjoy this video, please like the video, subscribe, because I'm going to be pushing out a lot of new videos, kind of breaking down a lot of the different components within the MDB ecosystem, because there's a ton of shit going on and they have so many more plans to push this project and this protocol even further than what it's already been doing. So first of all, on their website, you can see there's a little bit of an update on the UI. They now have their app, their Xenia app, which we'll dive into here in a little bit. You can view the chart, and they have some updated numbers here as well. This is constantly getting updated as well. So this is actually a little bit out of date because the token price has now actually hit 1 cent. We actually broke that a couple days ago. It was a lot of fun. I was in the Discord. Everyone was, when 1 cent, when 1 cent, and we finally hit it. So it was absolutely phenomenal, and congratulations to the team and everyone involved in this protocol. So when you're here, there's a lot of other links as well, right? We have the white paper, we have the tokenomics. There's a lot of different information that we can pull up here as well. The white paper is another new version of it. So there's tons of new information with all the different things that they're releasing, synergy solutions, utility with their NFTs, the Millionaires Club, Xenia, new currencies. There's been so much information and so much progress in this protocol. I'm actually absolutely pumped to be a part of it. So first, what I want to do is just pull up this chart and show you guys how much of a monster MDB has been over the last 2 months. So we can see back here in April when it first launched, the whitelist sale was around 0.25 cents per token. Of course, as usual, what happens is when a project finally launches, trading bots just jump in and the price gets like jacked up and crashes down pretty much immediately. So I usually just ignore that first day of trading when we look at charts. But it found, it was pretty volatile at the beginning, as typically is. It started to kind of pull back down a little bit and found a bit of a bottom back down towards the actual whitelist price, which, me personally, I understood what was going on with this protocol, and it's really just a matter of time, right? It's the deflationary protocol. The Phoenix jumps in, buys back and burns tokens, constantly creating everlasting buy pressure. So wasn't really too concerned with it personally. But then, since the beginning of July, the token has been on an absolute tear, thanks to a lot of different things. They had their NFTs that were launched recently. They had Xenia, the backend app that we're going to jump into in a second here, launched a few weeks ago as well. So they've just been pushing out new content after new content, stable back tokens, all kinds of stuff that has really been helping drive the price of MDB absolutely through the roof. It has just been going on a crazy growth curve, and it's been really fun jumping in and watching it. So with that being said, guys, let's jump into the app. So when you're on the website here, we're going to go ahead and click on Launch App, and it's going to bring up the Xenia Financial Suite. So when you're here, first thing that you might want to do if you're looking at buying MDB or some of these other tokens that they have as well, is you can connect your wallet just by simply clicking on Connect Wallet in the top right corner. Go to MetaMask, your MetaMask wallet is going to open up, confirm the connection, and connect. That's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. It's very straightforward, very simple. Now, from here, if you currently hold any MDB tokens, your assets will show up here as well, right? So it's going to pull it in from your wallet and actually display what your current amount is, what the value is, and so on and so forth. But that's not all they have now. They have recently launched NFTs, which actually just did their first rewards. So they launched them at the beginning of July. And at the end of the month, we had an NFT rewards party where a ton of MDB was actually released and distributed to the NFT holders as a part of their dividends, which is basically what you get. You get lifetime earnings and lifetime rewards by holding their NFTs. So that was super fun. That is a new part of their ecosystem, which is doing extremely, extremely well. And we got 24 days left on the countdown, and I'm really looking forward to see what these next rewards are going to be. Next off, we have the MDB token as well. So as you can see on the website here, you can actually buy and sell tokens directly through the Xenia app, which is really nice, makes it convenient. You can pretty much do everything in one spot here. We also have stable backed assets. So these are fairly new. So MDB Plus is essentially a stable backed asset. I'll do a whole video kind of breaking it down, but there's actually a video in their YouTube channel that I may or may not know who made that video that actually breaks down some of these numbers of the MDB Plus token. So you can have a better understanding of it. But basically what happens is you will go in and buy MDB Plus, right? And basically if you buy and sell, there's about 1% total tax, right? In and out, you're taxed about 1%. So it uses some similar tokenomics as to MDB, how MDB has an 8% buy tax and a 12% sell tax. But MDB Plus, you're in and out at only 1%. And that 1% stays in the contract, right? So if you have a ton of people moving in and out, in and out, in and out, that 1% remains in the contract all the time. So what happens is that the contract value continues to increase because that 1%, loss from people buying and selling stays in the contract. And so if you're just buying and you're holding and holding and holding, and everyone else is coming in and out at a high volume, that contract value is ever increasing, which also increases your value of the token. So we can actually see here, and this is what I actually love about the app, is you can see the current price and you can actually see the APY. So right now, again, MDB Plus is backed by BUSD, the stable token from Binance. You can actually pull this contract up in BSC scan, and you can actually see the amount of BUSD that's locked in the contract. So it's really cool. There's not really a lot of things that you can do that with. And again, its APY since its launch has been 54%. Over the last 7 days, it's 18% on a stable backed asset. Like, that's insane. And this is not anything like Anchor. This is completely different. This is just the way the protocol is written, the way that the contract is designed. It is designed to do this and is designed to grow. And over time, there's a whole bunch of other things that are coming up down the road to bring in more and more volume into this protocol to consistently keep pushing that APY higher and higher. So this is literally the safest investment I've ever seen in crypto. It literally cannot go down because the amount of BUSD is locked in the contract. It can never go down in price. It can only progressively go up. So absolutely phenomenal. Then we also have Phoenix Plus. Phoenix Plus is a little bit more of a degenerate version of this, where it's basically 2% in, 2% out. But there's also what's called the Inferno, where based on the protocol and how it's going, at a certain point in time, the Inferno might kick in and actually exit you out of the protocol, switching your Phoenix Plus back into BUSD. Now, if you get hit by the Inferno, it's a 2% tax as well. So you could be in and out for about 6% overall. But as you can see, the APY since launch has been like 705%. So it's been massive gains since its launch. I'm assuming the majority of people, considering if you look at the launch from $1, it's now almost $1.15. That's 15% increase. So if you got in at the very beginning, chances are you did very, very well on this. So this is kind of an interesting one. It's a little bit more degenerate of a stable backed asset. But again, same thing. It's backed by BUSD, which means the price can never go down. It can only go up. So really, really cool project there as well. So next on it, we have MDB staking. So this is something that you can do now. When you buy tokens, you can actually stake them on Xenia. Then it shows the amount that is currently staked. This is over half of the total supply. Actually, sorry, just under half of the total supply right now is actually staked, which is fantastic to see. That takes a tremendous amount of tokens out of supply, right? They are staked, and when you stake, it's a 30-day staking. If you wish to unstake early, there is a 5% tax penalty on that, and a portion of those taxes go back into rewards for the stakers. So you can see here there's an APY of 36% for MDB staking. But if you know anything about this protocol, or maybe you saw my previous video, which I'll link somewhere up here, this is a deflationary token. It is not a rebase token. It's not just going to keep printing more and more tokens. There was a total supply of 1 billion, and the tokens are getting bought and burnt out of supply, which means the total supply is constantly going down. But then when you look at this, you're like, okay, well, if I'm staking my MDB and I'm earning MDB from staking it, where does that come from? Right? And that's a good question. So they've slightly adjusted some of the allocations of the buy and sell taxes. Previously, there was basically a large percentage of the buy and sell taxes were being allocated directly into the trust fund. And so the trust fund is then used to invest in different projects, invest and grow with interest. And then a portion of that interest is what we call the Phoenix, where it's used to buy back and burn tokens out of supply. So since the original launch, some things have shifted a little bit, where now they have a little bit more of a bit of a percentage breakdown of all of those buy and sell taxes now get split up into a few different areas, right? So some of it is going to holders, basically for anyone who's staking the tokens, right? There's a percentage of those buy and sell taxes that get allocated as rewards for people for staking their tokens. And then some of it goes to the interest fund as well, and a couple other things, right? Teams and et cetera, et cetera. That is basically how you're earning an APY on a deflationary token, right? They're not minting any more tokens. It's the transactional fees, right? It's the buy and sell tax out of the daily volume that you're getting a share of those rewards. So very, very cool. It's fantastic that it's rewarding a lot of holders. I've seen some significant growth in the amount that I'm holding, my little bag that I've got of MDB over the last few weeks since this has gone live. So it's been absolutely amazing to see. And it's really cool just getting it, being rewarded by holding the token that, in my personal opinion, is a very, very long-term hold. I'm extremely bullish on this moving forward. Last but not least, actually two more things. We have farming, which is MDB and BNB. So you can actually create liquidity pool tokens by basically purchasing the same amount of MDB and BNB, creating them into tokens, and then you stake them here. So you're just adding those tokens into the liquidity pool. So you get rewarded by that as well. There's actually a very high percentage. Once my staking is done, I may potentially take, once my 30-day lockup is done from staking, I may take a percentage of that and buy some BNB to match it, and then create some liquidity pool tokens and farm them here as well, because the APY has been pretty bonkers, because BNB has been on a really good tear itself as well. So being a part of MDB and on the Binance Smart Chain has been really, really beneficial, especially considering that their liquidity pool is paired with BNB, which has also been outperforming Bitcoin, outperforming Ethereum as well. So really great to see. And then finally, we have bonds. So what the heck is a bond? So you can see here the cost is 10 BNB. The lock is for 60 days, and it's available in 20 hours. So what is this? Well, a bond is essentially a tax-free purchase of MDB. So if you are looking to buy MDB, right? Say you've got a nice little amount, maybe you want to buy $2,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever it is. When you go and buy MDB, there's inherently that 8% buy tax, right? Now that tax goes back into the fund, it gets distributed to the people who are staking their tokens, etc. But what you can do is you can actually buy a bond. So one bond is available every 24 hours. And so once the bond becomes available, any one person can go in and buy it. It costs 10 BNB, so you're basically putting in roughly at prices right now, $3,100 or $3,200 in a single buy of MDB, but there's no buy tax on it. So you're saving that 8% tax. So that's actually very, very beneficial to you. So for anyone who's looking at getting involved, I would highly recommend, if this kind of price point matches what you're wanting to allocate, I would highly recommend buying a bond, because it is a tax-free purchase. Now, it does lock for 60 days, meaning when you buy the bond, it is locked in for 60 days and you cannot withdraw it, right? So once that 60 days is over, the amount of MDB that you purchased is now available for you to withdraw, and then you can go out and you can stake it as well, right? So bonds are really great ways for people who are looking at entering this protocol or looking at investing in MDB. It's a great way to save on that buy tax. So that's basically a bond, but again, not a financial advisor, do your own due diligence, but it's a really great tool to help kind of larger investors get in without having to pay that 8% buy tax as well. All right, guys, and before we go, I just want to show you how easy it is to get involved with MDB. So once you have your wallet connected to the Xenia financial suite, as long as you have some BNB in your wallet, very easy to get started. So I'm going to come down here to the token MDB, and we're just going to click on the buy button. this little window is going to pop up where you can select how much you'd like to buy. So for this, I'm just going to do 0.02 BNB, which is 548 MDB tokens. I'm going to click buy. You'll see the prompt in your MetaMask wallet to go ahead and approve the transaction with the gas fees as well. Click on confirm, and then you'll let this process. All right, there we go. So transaction was completed. And if we just refresh the browser real quick, it will then load in my assets. So you can see I now have 559 MDB. I guess there was a little bit of a price fluctuation when I bought it. So now that we have our MDB, we've got $5 basically worth of MDB in our wallet. How do we go and stake it? So very straightforward. We're going to come down here under the staking area and we have MDB, and we're just going to click on stake. So we click this button and you can select the amount of MDB that you'd like to stake, or you can just click 100% and it'll pull in all of these. So first thing that you have to do is you have to enable MDB for staking. So click down here and click confirm. That's just basically approving that yes, this website or this app is going to be able to stake this token. So you approve the staking first. And now let's go ahead and click on stake. Again, MetaMask transaction will pop up here. Just scroll through, review the transaction, and click confirm. All right, so transaction complete. Let's go ahead and just quickly, oh, we don't even need to refresh. There we go. So immediately we can see now our MDB. We no longer have any MDB tokens. We now have staked MDB. So now we can see how much we have staked and what the current value is. So over time, as transactional volume happens through the protocol, rewards will be dropped. So if you just monitor this a couple times a day, it gets very addicting, by the way, but just refresh this, you'll see your quantity constantly and consistently increasing over time. And those are the rewards that are getting shared with everyone for staking their MDB tokens. So that's it for the video again, guys. Appreciate you so much for watching this video. Again, all the links are below, so jump in the Discord, learn a little bit more about the protocol, and again, do your own due diligence. But once you jump in the Discord, you are going to be absolutely blown away by the community. Super friendly. Everyone is cracking jokes left, right, and center. Really fun place to be, and really looking forward to see the future of Make DeFi Better as well. So again, guys, thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.